Um, so my main question I got from reading one of your tweets, it was this one, is when you formulate a desire, you project it outside as a want. It does a scan, bounces against what is out there, and returns as information as a possible path. When you recognize the viable path, your judgment goes yes, and your body unlocks the energy you need to take that path, your eternal father-mother circuit, right?
Yes.
I've definitely felt this right now. That I mean, I could be wrong. Whatever that mechanism is, it feels very weak
Hmm.
within me right now. Like, I can kind of barely feel the future, as in, like, I don't feel a clean yes, when I think of doing things or, like, sort of like aliveness, like I felt like I did have.
Hmm.
I feel more so as, if I had to describe it, like a body of water, more like a dead calm,
Hmm.
right? Some pain rather than like a flow of like water, so to speak.
Dude, perfect.
I
Yeah, perfect analogy.
yeah.
What else? Yeah, perfect.
So I guess the question is there, like I want to feel a bit more light, powerful. What do I need to do in order to restore this? Do I just have to initiate more in the world and then, I'll work through it? Or do I need to pause for a while, perceive, regain some sort of, I don't know, orientation by just
Yeah,
pausing, which one would be
yeah,
better there?
beautiful question, dude. What is question two?
So, sorry, you cut out.
Sorry. Beautiful question. What is question two?
Um, Question two is essentially there. I guess it's linked, but with pain, it links. It's Let me reformulate this. I feel like heaviness in like physically from whatever things that have happened, right? Again, it's just how to sort of restore back the sort of lightness that I felt because it's been quite a while, and
Okay.
like I don't right now. I think my main question is because I don't really even care necessarily what I'm doing,
Hmm.
but if I continue on any path, if I'm not feeling the right things, even I don't really, even if I'm winning, it's kind of like, well, I don't want to just go through the motions. So,
Okay. Is there a third question? I mean, this second question was basically the same as the first one, dude.
I know I was trying to formulate more questions
Yes.
this morning, but really that was the main question.
Now, notice this, dude, because did you watch the episode with episode number two with Prometheus?
I did.
You see how in the other side of the oscillation he was compared to you right now? Because he was saying, I just keep winning. Life is too easy. But he wanted the same shit. How do I recover myself?
Mhm.
He was lost too. But on the other side,
Yeah.
it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I have two things to tell you, but I want that you tell me what the fuck is happening because you seem more sad now than when we talked like 2 weeks ago, or I don't know how long ago was that. Maybe 2 years. I'm really bad with time, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean that the thing is it's good on paper,
Hmm.
in terms of like I probably felt more unstable, like oscillating back then.
Okay.
But you know, um, with the situation that had happened and whatever the split that I had mentioned before,
Hmm.
um, I guess what happened was needed a new place to live. Um, I'm living with my ex, which it's just out of necessity. And I mean, we actually have a good relationship. It's like it's fine. There's
Okay.
no there's no tumultuous up and down. Like it's pretty
Hmm.
good
Okay.
in terms of winning. Yeah, I got so to speak beat up in 2025,
Hmm.
right? So I'm starting from zero, and like all the vigor that I had, it's like, all right, we're starting over. Got beat up. We're gonna have to do this again somehow, right? And
Hmm.
that like sort of I don't know how to describe it with the words. Um, yeah, that fire. It's like okay, it feels like we're gonna go away for now until further notice.
I see.
But yeah,
I see. So I'll start replying to you, then I'll ask you more questions. Okay. So the way that the energy cycle works, that is in I describe it in chapter 3, but it's really a whole fucking book. It's perception, judgment, action, feedback. Am I saying that right, dude? I think that I'm saying it right. P P perception, judgment. It's action, right? Yeah, it's action. Expression,
that's right.
expression. So you perceive, you send a sonar basically to the environment when you project something that you want, and that's gonna. If you realize when you're running that, it's like you're running a mini simulation. Your one goes like, "What do I want?" and it's like your energy projects into the world, and then somehow something is gonna click, or it's not gonna click. It's like you find a path towards what you're wanting, or you get
Mhm.
a constraint back. It's like something is holding you back. And that's just how the
Yeah.
machine works. When you find an opening, doesn't mean that what you found is real. And when you find a wall, doesn't mean that the wall is real. But this is going to give you bodily sensations. You feel this in your body. Once you have that
Mhm.
signal, you're going to construct a path. You get a judgment. That's the judgment part of the cycle. Even though in reality, we just did a one cycle because you perceive, then you judge to say, I want this. Expression is when you send the fucking sonar out. Feedback is when it comes back. So when it comes back, you perceive it again, then you judge it, you say, that's an opening, that's a wall. The expression is going to be again, what do I do with this? So your body starts giving you energy or constraining energy, and that becomes real. And then you get a feedback again, did I do the right thing? And you're doing this shit, we're doing this all fucking day nonstop. Make sense? And we collect those cycles and then we build the world based on those feedbacks. So that's a wall, that's an opening, this is a value, this is a strategy, that's an identity. I want to go there, but this isn't the way. Therefore, we're mapping reality all fucking time, and we feel this in the body, and your body is giving you energy to live in that maze that you built, and that maze is your reality. That's why, if you have noticed this, you wake up in the morning, and as soon as you get awake, you load reality. It's like you recover you. It's like you press a button. It's like, oh, I'm here. It's like you tell yourself, this is real. I'm back here. This is my room. Right? But we're doing
Mhm.
this all the fucking day. We're building the reality, loading the reality, adjusting to reality. And that reality is not real in the sense that we're making it up, which is not a judgment. It's just a clear statement. It's made up. We make it. Therefore, we can delete it and nothing happens. Literally, nothing happens. And it's scary as
Yeah.
fuck. Feels like dying because you forget that after you delete it, you can load it again. It's not going anywhere because it's made up. It's a fantasy. So this is what is happening. I have a very, very short, this is in chapter 2, and it's really fucking short, and I should expand on this because I talk about the weight of those layers. But in chapter 2, they're called the frames. So this thing that we just did, that I explained you send the sonar, you find energy, you think this is yes, this is no, this is what, this is an opening. When you like it, you store it, and now you keep it. Now that means that your whole energy is all day running through this construction that you made. And we accumulate them when they are unresolved. And they are unresolved when they're being in use, or you think they're going to be in use, but they are consuming energy. So your frame stack, that is the totality of the things that you're holding, can be heavy or light. And what you want is a light frame stack. You want to have the less possible of this constructed reality. In reality, we don't want that shit, but we need it. So we want it to be light. That means you want to be able to quickly look outside and quickly know what is good for you and what is bad for you. And you want this perception to be true. You want to be able to trust whatever the fuck you felt. Because it's a really disorienting experience when you know that something is true, then you open the box and it was not what you thought. That you start getting into really strange loops when this happens. But one of the side effects of having a lot of floating things in the frame stack is lack of energy. So you lose the feeling of vitality. That is what you're missing right now. So the diagnostic is you're carrying too much shit. There is a lot of shit that is unresolved that you're carrying, and it's unresolved, but you, for whatever reason, you cannot drop it, which may be correct, dude, because we accumulate bullshit in the past. Makes sense. Just because we can't delete everything doesn't mean that that is the correct option. There may be really valuable shit that you're carrying that has to be processed. However, you can also delete the shit. And the only person that knows is you. Because you are the judgment. Right now I'm playing feedback. Makes sense? But you are the judgment.
Yep.
So whatever the fuck you're carrying, what I perceive as an observer from the outside, what it seems to me, and this is my read based on what you said, I think you are carrying past mistakes, and the carrying costs you energy, which is a sacrifice, which you are trading for your identity to be a good person. I think the whole shit you're doing is intentional. It's self-made suffering to show virtue, which is why you don't let it go. So what you're complaining is intentional. See how you're starting lighting up right now? Because all this is made up, dude, which doesn't mean it's bad. It's just how the shit works.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like I'm following you logically when you're saying that.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I'll give you one piece that you're not finding right now that is going to help you do whatever you have to do with the load that you're feeling. Listen to this, really important. You cannot prove you're good. It's not necessary because the question is wrong. Doesn't have an answer. There's nothing you can do to prove it. You just have to be. And notice how being is light. Proving is heavy.
yeah, that resonates. That
Yeah,
resonates.
I can see it in real time, dude. Yes.
Um, yeah, because that's. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, that's something that even before all this happened, I felt like I was going upstream, trying to like make things happen or prove to in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I'll try to say it in another way,
Yeah.
but you can tell me if it's accurate. It's more so like, you forgive other people or try to forgive other people, but then you're still left with, okay, you need to forgive yourself for whatever you think happened, and then
Yeah.
release whatever. Okay, but
Good.
that
We
yeah.
try whenever we're doing this shit that I was saying, right? You send the sonar, you build the construct of the wall and the opening, then your body gives you energy or not, then you construct this reality. All this shit has a purpose, but the purpose is learning. Because actually nothing is happening. And because nothing is happening, and this is an oscillation, everything has two meanings, which is why we get lost. Because I'll tell you the two readings of the same situation. The fact that you want to prove you're innocent proves you're innocent. Your intent is enough. Do you see it? The fact that you want,
Say sorry, my computer is it's not the best way.
it's okay. The fact that you want to prove that you're good already proves it.
Uh,
Because the intent is good.
right.
You see that? It's true.
Yes.
The intent is good. In this case, for you, that is what is keeping you trapped because you don't know how. You cannot formulate that response because it's never going to return true. It's a never ending task, cannot be done. It's going to be artificial. There's no metric for goodness because the question is wrong. Do you see that? That doesn't mean that the quest is unnecessary. You're going to find things to learn from there. And that learning is good because it gives you wisdom. So eventually in the future, is this a map that you're going to know? Eventually in the future, you're going to be repeated to the same situation where you made mistakes in the past, but now you have knowledge. So it's not wasted. So the next time the shit happens, your capacity to understand is going to be a snap. It's going to be light, which is good. But processing all the shit is going to be heavy. But I gave you a way out. Your desire to prove that you're good already proves that you're good. And this is 100% true. I'll give you
Yep.
the other read, and the other read is also correct. If you were good, you would not have to prove it. Therefore, your desire means you're bad. This is just 100% true as well. The fact that you want to prove goodness means you're hiding something. And this is true.
Hold on, I'm trying to process that one. Um,
I'll help you. It's because you want to prove it to somebody.
yeah, 'cause I generally agree with you.
Yes.
Like I, but I mean the way that like I'm trying to argue with you in my head, but
I'll tell you how to get to that conclusion. I'll tell you how to get to that conclusion.
because a lot of people would, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people would say that I'm the type of person that doesn't really care about how people perceive me,
Okay.
and that in terms of like the way that I act around them. But there is someone that I was trying to prove it to,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I genuinely felt like it cost them something real.
Yes.
Um, and that's what's the heaviness,
Yes.
right? Because
Yes.
the consequences, even though it wasn't my intention, it actually harmed. Um, you know,
Yes.
it cost them something real, whatever that was, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, so are you just saying I just have to? It's just going to be the process.
No, no, no,
Just
no, no.
have to go through it,
No, I'll tell you
or
what
what?
is the exit. I'm just mapping it a little bit for you. But this is the trap. The fact that you're saying, because I said three things, so I'll repeat the three things or the four things. You're carrying a lot of shit, which is why you cannot feel, right? You have a heavy
Mhm.
frame stack. That which can be or not correct. but it's heavy. This is not the final state. This needs to be shit so you can return to a light frame stack so you can feel with intensity. However, the heaviness, you're doing that intentionally because you want to prove that you're good.
Right. Okay.
Then I said this: it's impossible to prove that you're good. The question is wrong. There's
And
no.
the answer is no.
When you ask it, the question is going to be no. Yes, because it's not because you're bad. It's because the question is wrong. Wrong questions never have a positive answer. When they have a positive answer, they're full of shit. It's going to come with a conditional. Makes sense? It's going to be you're good if you X. And that just means that you did X. That doesn't mean that you're good. And the
Yeah.
proof is that when I tell you, you don't have to prove that you're good. This is going to resonate in a nanosecond because this is previous knowledge. You don't have to prove you're good. See how the heaviness disappears for that microsecond, right? When you process the line. So this is the proper path. Doesn't mean that it's the final destination that you have to take. Maybe you have to prove some shit. Makes sense. If you break somebody's promises, and they're gonna take some time to believe in your actions, maybe it's gonna take some proving. But I understand this is a made-up machine that maybe needs to be played through, but it's not the truth. Because in reality, there's no proof that you're good. Cannot be proven. You proving you're good is different than somebody else believing or approving your. Makes sense? Now it's an interpersonal game. But this is not your spiritual quest. If there is a spiritual quest for you, is your own wisdom. You have to process your own shit and learn to map properly.
So to reiterate, stick with the don't prove or don't try to prove anything.
No, you don't have to.
Right.
What you do
Okay.
is your choice, but you don't have to. That is the truth.
Okay.
You don't have to, and it cannot be done. It cannot be done because if it was possible, a con artist would do it to prove it's good and then backstab you in the back. It cannot be proven. There's nothing you can do that is going to be proof because it can always be undone. There's no proof for goodness. It's impossible to prove. Somebody can live a life that is 100% truthful and they get to, I don't know, they become the Pope. And as soon as they are the president or whatever the fuck, they start, with the cocaine parties. So it cannot be proven. There's no proof. There's only being. So because it cannot be done, if you want to show somebody that you're good, understand that this is a game. It is not necessarily incorrect, but it's not the weight that is going to prove that you're good.
Right.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah. I think I understand sort of what you're saying. The analogy where you said if you're coming to my hometown
Yes.
and I'm not going to see you, but you're going to be in my closet or something, or in my house, and you'll make some food, but I'm okay. Like I'm a good person, right?
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
obviously doesn't make me trust you.
exactly. The more that I try to insist to you that I'm a good person, the more that I'm giving you reasons to doubt that I'm a good person.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I will
Okay.
never
I
steal
think
your car, dude. Ever.
right. Yes. Now it's suspicious. It's out there.
There you go. Cannot be done.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, because it's been fucking me up because I've been trying to, just relate, right? Go out there, and it seems like to be blocking me from other things, even if they're separate from from the person or people that, that I feel the heaviness around.
Hmm.
So it's definitely fucking me up like that. So okay. Um, all right. Let's go to another question.
Okay, which would be.
So I was out the other day and I was at the store, right?
Hmm.
And I saw somebody who reminded me of somebody that's connected with all of this, and my mind immediately started attacking me
Okay.
and the person who I was with. Very, very hard, like, and very suddenly. Is that connected with what you were saying before about?
So did this happen, or did you think about it? What attacked you? The person?
I saw I saw somebody who looked like somebody I saw before in the past,
Hmm.
and that was the trigger. And like there was some sort of flip, and I immediately started attacking myself. Attack in my mind, like
Mm.
in my mind, to clarify. Um,
Can, can you
and the
explain the
person that I
attack?
was with.
Can you explain the attack? What is I mean, put some more words there.
Yeah, it's like you're a piece of shit. Like this person is. You don't want to be here. Like you were trying to, do something, but it was blocked. You weren't able to escape. Just all these things randomly coming to me. I'm not sure what that was, but I did have that experience.
So you were attacking your current situation
Yes,
to escape it.
yes.
So
Essentially, that's what happened for a
basically,
moment.
you saw greener pastures.
I mean, I sure that's one way to put it, but
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
not. It's not
it's
actually.
coming in a really negative way because it's self-destruction. But you saw something
Yes,
shiny, and then you started self-destroying or something like that.
yes.
Okay. But what is the question? Because that's I understand the situation, but what is the question?
So does this? I guess does this have to do with the split that I was talking to you about before,
Yes,
right?
this is the
Where that
split, dude.
one sided me. Yeah.
Yes, that is a split.
So so my ultimate question is because
Yeah.
like obviously that happened. Like it's still there apparently. So I don't.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
of course, it's there, dude.
I don't want it to be there, right? So it's like, what do
Uh,
I need to do to
oh,
to?
motherfucker, dude. Uh, that's a really deep question, dude. That's a really deep question, and I'll give you the technical answer. Maybe it's gonna resonate. Okay. Remember when I told you before that you can take any when you're in the fucking middle of anything that is in the spiritual map that we build. You know, you have the opening, you have the wall, you make the map, but
Yeah,
all this you're doing to have a sense of reality. But it is real because your life is in that place. But it is also made up. It's real, but it's not, and we sustain both at the same time. It's real, but it's not. It's optional, and because it's optional, we're afraid of losing it. You see that? Because it's optional, it's fragile. Because you can delete it, and deleting it gives you freedom to be something else, which is good. But if you like what you're trying to build, you can also be afraid. You can be doing all this shit for with the negative, clingy attachment style. It's also weakness. You see that? It's also weakness. At the same time, you're trying to be strong in it. So whenever you're building, you're going towards something. That side movement that is like a vector is the two forces because it depends on where you're looking at it. It can be strength or it can be weakness. Where you're going, where you're going for, where you decide that is good in life is also your blindness. Everything has the two sides. If you decide I'm gonna be a good person, that is gonna give you strength, but that's also gonna give you a blind spot toward people that are gonna abuse that virtue for their own self benefit. If you decide to switch to the other side, you're gonna say nobody's gonna fuck me. I'm gonna be the biggest shark in this town and the alpha predator. You're gonna get a strength, but you lost. You forgot all the weakness. You're never gonna feel love. Everything is a trade-off, and everything is in both sides, and both sides are true. because both sides are made up. So the thing is that when you did before, because you told me this story that you were developing something that was kind of like a path of a good man, but it's like really concentrated in the grid. It's like I'm the good man, good man, good man, good man, until life offer you or you offer yourself an alternative. That was in the other side of what you were going for, and it didn't feel bad. It just opened the universe for you for things to explore. And what you did is dangerous in the sense that you didn't abandon the previous reality to go into the new one. You created two parallel simulations. So now you have two maps, and the two maps are true. And the two maps enable two versions of you. They both are real. And the problem with having the split is that what is your strength in one is your weakness in the other. And you're only going to perceive that you're going into inversion. And this is where I found it myself too. Is because eventually you say, I like the freedom that I'm getting this other side. So now I really want to be here, and that's when it doesn't let you.
Yes. Yep.
Because what you're doing there, you try to move the self, because the self you're leaving behind is attached to rules and grids and systems, but it's in a submissive state, which you don't like. That's actually what you don't like: submission. It's not the goodness; it's a submission to the rule. Then you find the freedom of the anti-rule, where you can do whatever the fuck you want, and you don't care. And it's really strong, but it's missing your soul. It's missing, like, the final, I want to be here. And so you bring the rest of the self, and then you bring the goodness that was in submission. You free the goodness. It's like, I want to be here. I want to make a home in this place. And now you find that that place is just going to attack you and destroy you. That's when you find that you were in the inversion, because the inversion doesn't want you making a house. It wants chaos. It wants further inversion. That's why, for example, this is. I was gonna make up this example, but this example is probably really close to yours. That's why married men that have a mistress can never be happy with a mistress. The moment that the mistress turns into a relationship, it explodes. Make sense? That's why,
Makes
in many
sense.
other senses, why the hobby cannot become the job. It's you allocate when you have a structure that is maybe not perfect, or maybe it's a piece of shit, but you have a structure, then you find a parallel wall that is like a escape valve from the pressure that you have. That's going to give you where you're missing. Otherwise, you would have not gone there. So there is truth in that path, but you're going to find how not correct it was when you attempt to put all of the weight of your existence in the escape. Then it's always going to collapse.
Right. Right. That makes sense. And the thing was, of course, it was none of my intention, right? Like I tried to do it the proper way.
Yeah.
I also, to correct the record on the last call, I technically did not. I did not cheat. I tried to leave properly, but it was more so in the mental that I kept the
Man,
door
it's
open.
the internal split. It doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but it's internal split.
Yeah.
Because you didn't call before switching. You had two parallel running at the same time. So now it's a split, because you know two realities that don't connect to each other. It's not that you make sense. Because when I did it, it was also a split, but I killed myself. There was a day that I pressed a button, and from that day on, I was in a different reality. And that is also a split, but there is a clear before and after that I can still go back and through. But having the two at the same time is a major mind fuck, because your energy is flowing in both directions, and it feeds, and then it's gonna go to the other side. And when it's feeding the other side, it's making you weaker. And you're gonna feel the transition of the two fucking things at the same time, dude.
Yes, and then I feel like as well, there's some things on one side that I've lost and not able to access, which I know they're a part of me,
Yes.
right? But but I pushed it further away
Yes.
rather than I guess, integrating or whatever the word would be.
Yes.
So that's the problem.
I'll give you because you made me a question. You asked me, you think the problem is the split? The split is a symptom. It's not the problem. Because I already told you this shit, man. But we take time to connect pieces. Everything's made up. It doesn't matter if there's a split. The split is also made up because we're talking about two made up realities. This is not real. There is only one thing that is real. That is the self. So this is the solution for the split. Whatever is real in both sides, keep it. You're not choosing between splits of nonsense that is made up. You acquire all of the pieces of self that feel real and then build reality. Let reality initiate from you. Because there is value in goodness, but it usually comes with submission, and then you're being dictated from the outside, and reality is a piece of shit. It's never fair. Right? And you enter a treadmill of proving value, and the more that you try to prove it, the less that you're given. And there is a reason that I proved to you when I told you I'm never going to steal your car. The more that I try, the worse that I look. I just have to not steal your fucking car. It's simpler. I prove that I'm not a thief by not stealing. But if that is not proof, that's just an action. Make sense? Is what I do. And then you're going to find power and a self-assertion by being not bent by rules. Are you still there, man? Your camera froze again. Hello, hello.
Apologies. I got a
Okay.
call. It booted me out for a second.
It's okay. So I was saying that being good, when you're in the non-contaminated part of the solution, there's goodness, but it's usually going to be submissive. So you're in the rules, and there is this fucking trap of proving your worth. And the more that you try, the more contaminated it gets, which is unfair, but it's also proper because it cannot be proven. So they try to prove it is incorrect. It's never going to work. I think that's on purpose. Then you're going to find strength and freedom and self-assertion when you're in the other side. That is, I don't give a fuck about anything but myself. And that is also correct. And the final synthesis of those two movements is you have to decide what is correct. Does that make sense?
Decide what is correct.
Which is not going to be a decision, dude, because you know already. You're going to find it. You're going to assert it. It feels like a choice, but then you find out that it's not a choice because it's what you always wanted. You didn't decide that shit. It's just what you always wanted. That when you were through the inversion, you found the strength and the self-assertion, but you lack the goodness. But then when you're with the goodness, you lack the strength, and then you end up submitted to rules and bullshit, and it's a treadmill. So it's the self-assertion of power with the self-confidence of I know what the fuck I am, and I know what the fuck I want, and what I want is good, without this being a false imposition. Because it has to be true. It's what you actually do fucking want. And what you actually do fucking want is good, which is why you have the problem. Because if you were in the inversion, we would not be having a call.
Right.
This is where I ratify the initial shit that trying to prove you're good means you're good. Because we would not be having a fucking call if the split was the problem. It's like, I have a side that is evil. You would not be trying to be good.
Okay.
So the solution for the split is fuck the split, dude. The split is not the problem. The two realities are the problem. Restore the self. Yes to the strength. Yes to the self-assertion. Yes to the confidence. Yes to the good. But you have to feel the good. And it's what you always wanted, dude. It's your true want, which cannot be bad, or you wouldn't be having the fucking moral consciousness issue.
Yep. Yeah, very true. And I found at one point that when I was in the thick of it,
Hmm.
one of the major blocks was, I mean, cliche, but fear. Just boiling it down was fear to move through certain situations or fear to make certain decisions or whatever it might have been, right? So I'm putting the pieces together. So I appreciate it.
Fear of making what type of decisions?
Just like just the fear of making the choice, right? When you said to
Oh, yes.
choose,
Yes.
right? There's the threshold of the fear
Yes.
of walking through whatever needed to happen in order to close the door
Yes.
internally.
Yes.
So I really liked what you said on the last call,
Hmm.
or not the last one, the first one you did, saying no. What was it? Saying no to is not the same as saying yes to self. You said something to that effect.
Yeah, I was out with Corsair.
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying no to, yeah, yeah. I don't remember the context precisely, but yeah, man, saying no is not the same as saying yes, and it can be the same movement. It's what I was is the same that I was just saying here. You can do the same movement through negation or through affirmation, and actually, the movement is never done until you affirm. All the negation has to finish in affirmation, or it was for nothing. You see that?
I see it. I see it.
Do you see? Because everything is relation, dude. This is why I'm fascinated by all this shit. Uh, I just said that all the negation has to finish in affirmation, and it's true. But affirmation is the first step; it's not the end. Affirmation is the first step, because after you affirm, then you're gonna get the feedback. You get feedback loop. What I just said sounded like a road, but it's a fucking mandala. It's a loop. It's a magnet. Because negation doesn't end until you say yes. So you can be in this fucking road trying to decide, trying to la 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 la, caught in what is wrong, suffering, and all can be good work. But this doesn't end until you have a strong self saying fuck yes. It's happy. But that's step one. So the end is the destination is the first step, dude. What we're actually doing, we're reversing the order because you say yes first, then reality is gonna tell you the feedback. That will be is gonna be part affirmation, part negation. And that's where you correct.
What do you mean? That's where I'm correct.
No, that's when you correct.
Oh, that's when. Okay.
Because something else about the choice that you said, because I had this one, maybe you have it. There is a fear in making the choice because it feels like there's no coming back, right? It's like if I make the choice, it's like my affirmation changes everything, and I don't know anything. I don't even know if that's gonna be good. It's like too much of a leap, too much responsibility, and there's not enough information. It's like there's not enough of a map to know what the fuck that's gonna be. So, and that fear is already like a trying to bounce me back. Uh, so being afraid to choose is fear of completely switching reality or not knowing what the fuck is gonna happen or whatever the fuck. In reality, when you choose, this is just step one, and the game continues. Because then step two, reality is gonna tell you if you're a genius or an idiot. The game doesn't stop, dude. We're just changing the order, and you can choose again. You're gonna keep doing this forever. It's not that you choose and the game is over. You choose and the game continues. And if you choose wrong, you can rectify. It's not permanent. So being afraid of making the choice is like thinking that the choice is going to be permanent. No, dude, your choice is also made up. It still can be true, but it's not permanent. Because you're going to choose again. And then you're going to choose again. And the beauty is being able to choose good. But who knows what that is? I like when you see the shit, dude. Yeah, I like when you see the shit. I can see the then you connect, and it's like, oh, wait a second, wait a second,
Yeah.
not that fast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I generally know what's you know what's the
Yeah.
path and what I need to do.
Okay, good. As a closer for this shit, dude, recapping, how do you can recover the lightness of feeling? You need to decrease the frame stack. So delete shit. Don't be afraid of deleting because you can always load it back, dude. But you cannot be carrying the weight 24 hours all fucking day. It's just gonna consume your energy, and it's for nothing. Because in your case, some people do this shit for trauma. Makes sense? Like they cannot get rid of the shit. In your case, you're carrying the load intentionally to prove something, which can be noble, but one, cannot be done, two, is unnecessary, three, is the wrong path. It's still your choice. So for that, remember, you don't have to. Whenever you're in fucking trouble, remember, I don't have to prove I'm good. So you allow yourself to delete the frame stack so you can fucking breathe. Then if you want to, but this is a choice, load whatever the fuck you have to process. But it's a choice. And then the other shit with the split, you developed two parallel realities and you were alternating. You didn't actually kill any of them. Both are true. Both are sides of you. But the trap is thinking that reality itself has a split that is forcing you to switch between one or the other. The task is restore the self. Whatever the fuck is true, claim it. And there are bad things in both sides. And there is only one person that knows what is proper. And that's you. And there is only one way to fucking know. You have to go to what you actually really fucking want. You have to trust that. And that's going to take in a process of saying yes, no, 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 no. There is a process of reduction that you have to do. But the final movement is yes. And that feels good. That's what you're actually after. All the shit we're doing is to get there. That's like destination, which is step one. Because life continues. Right?
Right. Okay.
No, man, we talk soon. I want to know what the fuck happens after after this
Yeah. No,
conversation.
Luckily, I got a new job, so that'll help with you know, stability. I didn't have one for a minute there. We can
Okay.
go upwards and onwards.
Yes.
All right. I know it was a bit choppy at the beginning, but I appreciate you doing this.
No, man, really good. Anytime, dude. Let's do this next week or in 2 weeks again. I want to see how you're doing. Sounds good.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go kill it, dude.
All right.
Take care, bro.
Peace.